Only got 6 minutes. What is this?
Bing bong. You got no minutes. We're starting now.
Now it's just...
You get shoes on your own time.
That's what happened to me, and then it comes up with an error message.
Guys,
this is poppycock.
This is brutal.
We just started our podcast. Mob and Kev here just trying to buy some shoes. Or not even try to buy. They're trying to get in a queue to maybe buy some shoes.
Oh, gosh. Won't even focus.
Congratulations if you get in.
Talk about cues, huh?
Talk about cues. Bing bong. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a long week. Welcome to the CineBoiz podcast, part of the Cork Bats Podcast Network. If you don't know what Cork Bats is, be sure to follow them on social media, at Cork Bats on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can also visit Cork Bats on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CorkBats, and visit our website, corkbats.com, which may or may not be working. It's been a weird week for the website. It's been down, it's been up, it's been down. Don't know what's going on fully there. We should have some new reviews up for you, but I have not been able to post them. So stay tuned. Should have a review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever soon, as well as a review for The Menu coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. And we are the CineBoiz, the movie, TV, gaming branch of Cork Bats. You can follow us here on Twitch to watch live. And keep it. Hey, Travman just subscribed with Prime. Travman, welcome back. Thank you so much. That's a subscription. That's a bona fide subscription. We get money for that. And it doesn't cost Travman a thing. So thanks for doing that. Jones chat says hello, good morning. Everything froze up. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, follow us here on Twitch to watch us live. Keep up with us on social media at CineBoiz on Twitter and Instagram. You can also join our Discord if you'd like. And guys, happy Discovery of Puerto Rico Day to all who celebrate.
Oh. Was it Discovery for the natives, though? Or just Discovery for the...
I think it was Discovery for white people.
The whiteys.
Look what us whites did. We found a Puerto Rico. Now it's ours.
Feels bad.
I don't think anybody was taken advantage of or hurt in any way by that.
No. Couldn't be.
Of course not. Mob, you all right?
You know who is feeling taken advantage of?
Who?
I'm in.
You're in? Gosh, dang it. What? How? You just kept hitting join?
So
I flipped out of the app, went back in.
I've done that 3 times.
So for those of you who are not sure or missed it, Mom and Kev are trying to get some shoes right now.
Don't say shoes.
It's
like
important.
That, okay? Yeah.
It's important. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying like people might be confused, so I'm explaining what's going on. That's all I'm doing.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, sure.
I feel the judgment. That's fine.
I'm not judging. Hey, look, I'm not judging anybody. K Mingo in the chat. Good morning, boys. Good to see you, Kay. As always, Kay's here. Thank God.
Here's the thing.
This is some crap.
There's like 0 chance I get these.
Okay.
Yeah, these are popular.
I wanted to try. You gotta, you miss 100% of the
always
shots.
the ones...
You don't take Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael
Scott.
It's always the ones you don't want that
Michael
bad
O'Brien.
that you end up winning. It feels like.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
yeah, I'll join this draw, and then all of a sudden you're out $150 and you don't really want them.
Well, gentlemen, keep us abreast.
I have 2 minutes and I don't think I'm going to make it.
Okay, well, good luck to you. Yeah, Kay, it's an early stream, but we got 2 episodes to record today. So if you're listening to this podcast, today is November 21st, the day that it drops. We're recording it on November 19th, Saturday. So we're recording 2 episodes today. So if you're on Twitch, hang out with us for a couple hours. It's going to be a good time. But I'm Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast. And today, I am joined by our good friend, Mr. Tom Bragg. Tom, how are you?
I am well.
Baby watch.
Baby
watch.
I'm back.
Watch.
No baby.
No
Hey,
baby
Ron, look,
yet.
I found a furry tractor.
What?
Squeeze
That's
me.
from Anchorman.
Oh.
When they're at the bear pit where the baby's baby watching, panda watching.
Tom,
Deep cut.
how is the baby watch going?
Still watching.
Okay.
The missus is ready to be done being pregnant. So
She eating a lot of spicy food.
no, doesn't like spicy food.
Is she sticking spicy food up her butt?
Yeah, that actually is what she's doing.
That's why she hasn't had the
Spicy
baby
foods.
yet, dude. Come on. Everybody knows that. That's what you do when you don't want to have the baby.
Right.
The
Stick
opposite.
spicy food up your butt.
Well, Tom, let me ask you this. What are you big on?
Well, boys, true to form. Last night I watched a movie that
Mhm.
was all the rage 3 years ago, but I had not seen it until last night. And that movie, Little Women.
Ah,
And I had a tremendous time watching it.
Best
good.
movie of that year, in my
I
opinion.
was skeptical because I don't usually care for that kind of thing. At least I didn't care for the 1995 Winona Ryder.
Well, that one
vehicle.
sucked.
yeah,
it's
that
terrible.
one
That one was
good.
boring, but this one was
This one was a
lovely
Greta
time.
special.
Yeah,
Very good. Would recommend.
highly
Not the
recommend.
best movie of that year, though, but I definitely would recommend it.
Nike's website just crashed, Mob. It's
Well,
over
I'm
for
in.
me.
You guys
So
are
maybe
having
I'm
some
good.
trouble.
It's over for me.
Well, Tom, I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. Hopefully things will.
Tom, who is your favorite actress in the movie?
Shit.
Or I should say, who do you think gave the best performance? Whose performance did you enjoy the most? That's my
a,
final
Honestly,
iteration.
there's a right answer.
Final
too.
iteration.
There
of
is
the
a
question.
correct
Honestly,
answer.
There's a correct answer.
I gotta say Florence Pugh.
I was
That's the
okay.
correct
Good.
answer.
Got
If
it.
you
You
said Emma
nailed it.
Watson, I was gonna be like, we got
Congratulations.
problems.
I feel like Emma Watson was a real like afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was.
Come
It was
on,
her
100%.
or Saoirse, and those were the two options.
Saoirse
really.
was. I mean,
It was Florence. That's the right answer.
I'm
Saoirse was
okay.
great,
If you're
but-
talking most enjoyable performance, I think it's Florence, and
Florence,
probably best performance as well. But there's an argument to be made for Saoirse if you're talking best.
Let's
she's
talk
great.
about-
I would
let's
say
talk
she was not an afterthought because she was
No.
in more of the movie than Emma Watson.
She was like a more of a main character. Yeah.
probably the most like, oh, it's him moment of any movie ever is when Bob Odenkirk shows up.
Yes,
as the dad.
Yeah.
I like
Oh.
was laying down on the couch.
Totally
and I sat
forgot
right,
about
just like
that.
Saul.
Okay. This is where we're going. This is the vibe.
Bob?
All right. Well, Tom, I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. Let's move on. Hopefully, the baby will arrive soon. Maybe you'll get pulled away today. Who knows? Make some
Maybe
good
yes, maybe
content
no.
for us. We'll see.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Hey,
moving on.
Tom, how does it make you feel that Kenny only wants your baby to come during the podcast for content?
I want you to name your baby
Question,
content.
I mean, maybe we will. Maybe
Content
we won't.
brag.
Brag.
All right.
But I'm
here
always
we go.
looking for excuses to get out of things. so
I'm not
maybe
gonna. I don't
it'll
want
happen
to. I
again.
don't want to like make too many promises. But my firstborn, Content Keith, kind of a sick name.
Yeah. Oh, K Mingo just deleted a Kunitz message. I
What?
promise that wasn't a bot, K. That was actually.
Kunit.
What? I want to know what he said.
He was congratulating us on the Warzone victory we had last night. Me and Kunit. Oh, good. Kunit was banned, and now he's been unbanned. Kunit, welcome back. Okay, so let me ask you, or Mob, let's move on. Mob, how you doing? How you living?
Howdy.
Yeah,
it
Kunit, you're
is.
on a short leash with K, so don't act up. Kunit says, "How dare you?" Mob, let me ask you this: what are you big on?
I'll tell you what I'm not big on.
Okay,
Cues.
cues. You've been in a
Two of
queue.
them have ruined my life kind of this week.
Poor guy.
I know. Yeah, man. You didn't get in that Taylor Swift queue?
What was the
didn't-
second
My
one?
wife did though.
The thing that just happened.
Nah, but you see, you got in. So
got
I,
in.
Well, Ticketmaster called my wife a bot,
as someone that just got denied by a queue, I don't
That's
know if
my
you have
wife.
authority to call.
and I got offended. But if I have to say something
so did
that
you
I'm
did
big
get
on,
tickets though?
yeah, I did.
Sweet.
If I have to say something I'm big on, I'm still just really big on Abbott Elementary. Watched the new episode this week, last night, and there was a line that had my side literally hurting. I was laughing so hard. Absolutely, Tom. That's what I was like. My wife had to pause it and rewind it because she said, "You're going to miss everything else."
Was she annoyed by how much you were laughing?
No, she was laughing at how much I was laughing
Good.
It's a funny movie.
because
It's a
she
funny
thought the
show.
line was just as funny.
It's a great show, man.
For those who don't know me, where can I watch Abbott Elementary? Is it HBO?
You can watch the whole first
Hulu.
season on HBO without
HBO.
commercials. If you want to get into the second season, you'll have to watch on Hulu unless you're rich and have the non-commercial
I
version.
don't have the
Poor
non-commercials.
mooch.
Hey, Mob, Kay is wanting to know, did you have a good birthday?
What birthday?
You know, your birthday on November
Maybe.
17th.
Maybe he
Can't prove
didn't have a
that.
birthday.
I can prove it. I
No,
can't,
you
right
can't.
now. I got stuff going on, but
Literally-
later I could prove it.
Literally, no one can prove it.
I can find that birth certificate, dude. I have ways.
No
Like the
one can
app.
prove it.
I like to think that
Um,
if I called in a favor with Deborah. She would help me prove it.
But here's the thing: who's to say that that birth certificate isn't forged? You can't prove that either.
Dude.
That's a good
Your birth
point.
certificate's kind of fake anyway.
Yeah,
With the name and all. So
yeah. So no one can
wrong.
prove what day I was actually born.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And anyways, Mom, we're glad you're here. Let's move on.
If I had a birthday, it was fine.
Congratulations if you had a birthday.
if you had a birthday,
Kevin, how are you?
that's fine. I'm great.
Good. Let me ask you this. What are you big on?
I'm big on corruption and dictator states, Kenny. Thanks for asking.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Let's go.
Big on is a weird way to phrase it, but the World Cup is coming up
Oh, yeah.
in less than a week, and this is what you get for allowing a country to bribe its way into being the host nation. You get camps of visitor centers that look like FEMA stations after a hurricane. Now you've got the sneakiest move of all sneaky moves done by the Qatari government, where 48 hours before the first game, they say, hey, Budweiser, you're one of our biggest sponsors. We're actually not going to let you serve alcohol at any of the World Cup games.
Get lost, Budweiser.
Yeah.
So the chaos, I'm prepared for this to be like one of the worst run events since the Sochi Olympics. Maybe
I was going to say Fire
that.
Festival.
This is bigger than Fire Festival, though, but you're on the right track. I see what you're going with. They've got the Fire Festival tents and everything.
Games will
going on.
actually be played, though, whereas Fire, there was never one note of music played.
Yeah, games probably will be played, but just from the beginning, the corruption that it took to get Qatar the World Cup, and then all the human conditions and the people dying to build the stadiums, and it doesn't seem like it's all worth it to me personally. I don't know who's going to this World Cup, who's looking at all this and be like, you know what, I got to be there. So
Well,
I'm big on that, I guess.
Be sure to watch the World Cup. Officially, one of our sponsors is FIFA World Cup. So
We do
If
love
only-
corruption on this podcast.
yeah,
Doesn't it start,
we're pro
tomorrow?
corruption.
We don't care where the money comes from.
Yeah, it's actually tomorrow at like 10, and then the U.S. plays on Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
Maybe Wednesday. So
Maybe Thursday.
Could be
I
Friday.
know we play
Maybe Friday.
I know we play Black Friday
Maybe Saturday.
against
Black
England.
Friday.
So
Maybe
Well,
Sunday.
hopefully-
whip that Dodge commercial out and start showing it to your friends.
Well, hopefully, I'll be able to watch it from my resort.
Don't say whip it out and
in
show it
Mexico.
to your friends.
Say what I want.
Well, Kev, I'm
Maybe
really happy you're
I
here,
asked for
man.
it. Kenny, tell me about this vacay you're going on.
Dude, that's what I'm big on. I am going to be on a plane in about 48 hours to go to an all-inclusive resort in the Yucatan Peninsula. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. If you can't tell.
Cool.
I guess one might wonder if they didn't know, why are you going on this trip, Kenny?
Oh, it's my honeymoon. And here's the thing, man. You do it on the week of Thanksgiving. You only have to use 3 days vacation, so you get a full week off with only 3 days used. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah,
And
brother.
also a sneaky pro move, eliminating such a quick first holiday out of the way so you don't have to upset anyone's family.
Yep.
You just say, you know what?
Yep.
No
We're
one's
out.
family.
I posted on Twitter last night the Scarface meme where it's the two guys just laughing and the money being counted, and it's like,
Yeah.
this is me and my wife right now avoiding the holiday and saving on vacation days. It's not as good when I describe it. You should follow me on Twitter.
I love a good verbal
I know the
meme,
scene
though.
you're talking about, though.
Yeah,
and
it's funny.
I'm
It's
laughing over
maybe
here.
one of my better tweets, I must say. Well, yeah, guys, let's get into it. A lot to talk about today. A lot going on. It's been a big week for headlines, for the news. So let's just hop right into it. The first thing let's talk about. Case says worst time to plug Twitter. That's
Or
probably
the
true.
best. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been
lately.
great.
Honestly.
What a
Can't-
meltdown.
Can't get enough. I'm
What
still
a
big on
meltdown.
Twitter's demise. The best
well-
part, a couple nights ago when everyone said, this is goodbye, sinking ship, and then we all just have to act like we didn't say that the next morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite is like people are like, it's going down. Like Jeff Passan saying
Things are going
is
down.
posting a link to his Instagram on Twitter
I
to
know,
say,
man.
hey, I'm breaking news over on Instagram. It's like you're not
Right.
getting paid by either of these platforms. Just post it on Twitter while it's here.
Doesn't matter. It
Because
really
it's not
doesn't
going
matter.
away.
Yeah.
If Pitbull was like, had an actual like good social media presence, he would have like posted Timber all over again. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. He would have like made that
Playoffs!
the trending song. Yeah. He would have made it the top trending song on TikTok at least.
So other big news other than Twitter's demise that
it.
seems to be continuing to go on. And
It's not going anywhere.
It's probably just going to stay forever, which is great. I love Twitter. Quentin Tarantino officially attached now to an 8-part miniseries, his first foray into television. Never done a TV show before. Wonder how this is going to go. Don't know what it's about.
This won't count as like his final project then, will it?
Who knows? Probably.
Because he's always said like 10 films.
I feel like Quentin is just going to keep saying this is his final project forever until he dies.
That's
Or
probably
he'll
true.
just never make another movie.
Also, I can't really trust the guy after he came out and said my best film ever is
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That one. Well, not his best film.
It's like, has he seen Jackie Brown?
That's actually the one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It was good.
I loved it.
Man
Not
in
his
the
best.
chat saying I'm
Not his
weighing
best.
on this. Don't care what it's about. That's kind of how I feel too.
I mean, I'm into. I'm
Yeah.
in on any Tarantino project.
It'll be
Same.
interesting. Yeah.
I'm assuming this has to be on cable, some sort of extremely HBO After Dark type stuff.
Maybe. Or just
Can you-
HBO.
Can you see him making anything PG-13? I
No.
can't.
Nah.
It's definitely
Never.
not going to be on network television.
Nope.
No.
I can't even be on like FX at like 7. It has to be like HBO at 9.
FX after 10, okay.
Yeah.
But before 10, nah.
Roll start right after American Horror Story.
With that news came this quote. Quentin Tarantino basically saying, I do feel that 80s cinema is, along with the 50s, the worst era in Hollywood history, matched by only the current era. So essentially, he said that the
named,
worst
like,
era
most of the
all
eras.
time is
Yeah,
3 different eras.
I've heard him say this before.
So
and it
like
doesn't really
everything
make a lot
but the
of sense.
60s and 70s basically is what
Yeah.
60s, 70s, and 90s, I guess, are all right.
I guess 90s. Yeah,
Yeah.
he likes the 90s.
Early 2000s? What
I've heard
era
him-
are we technically in at this point?
And
That's my
Are
question.
they broken
what
up
I
by
couldn't figure out.
decade? How
Like,
does
he
this go?
said the modern era, but like, when did that start? Like,
Right.
I think he's talking about the release of the first Iron Man and on.
Yeah,
is
I was
basically
gonna
what
say,
he's
this
saying.
is
He's
his-
talking about Marvel movies.
This
We
is
don't
his
know what he's
2008
talking
Scorsese
about.
moment.
They all hate the comic book movies, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I get it.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I am curious though, because like I've heard him say that kind of thing before, that he says the 50s and the 80s are the worst for like self-censorship or whatever, which I've seen some pretty graphic movies come out of the 80s, and the 50s I don't think are any more censored than like the 30s or 40s or anything that came before it.
Well, like,
I
name a
mean-
movie from the 50s.
Yeah, there's Hollywood
Giant.
wasn't that old in the 50s. It was only a couple decades old, really.
I just don't care about the 50s. I don't care about, like, the generations before me. You know?
Smart.
I'm very much like a here and now kind of guy. And if
So
it
The Godfather
came out
is
before I was
definitely not
born,
your
it's
favorite movie then.
What'd you say?
The Godfather and Rocky just aren't on your radar.
Oh
then.
no,
You
those are
don't care
great.
about
Those
them.
are fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about like anything before the decades I care about. I don't care about.
And I like
That's
You
smart.
know what I'm
smarter
saying?
movies.
Does that make sense? Does that track?
Yeah, but
But
I like
also,
all the
he-
things that I like, and I hate all the things that I don't like.
I don't know why he throws in 80s cinema, dude. Has he seen
I don't
Weekend
either.
at Bernie's?
Yeah, I don't.
Has he seen that movie? It's amazing.
Can you imagine Quentin Tarantino just like settling down in his like home theater for the night and then throwing on a Weekend at Bernie's?
He better. Trav
I
says I
can't
have
imagine
such
it.
a hard time watching movies older than like the 70s. Agreed.
Oh yeah, I mean, even
nah.
some 70s movies are hard for me to watch, but
I don't feel like watching westerns. Westerns are boring as shit to me.
they are boring. To
John
me
Wayne is
as
not
well.
good.
Okay,
John Wayne,
I said it.
yeah, Tom loves a good old western, but
I do.
also John Wayne, notoriously great guy.
But notoriously known for his philanthropy and charity and good works.
I'm a
Wayne.
great philanderer.
Oh my god. But what
So,
do
yeah,
you guys think? Do you
Quentin,
agree
no.
with that take, the Tarantino take? The 80s,
No.
50s, and now are the worst eras?
No,
What do you
No.
think is
Not
the
at all.
worst era?
I don't know, but like we can
They're
make
all
movies
different
better
eras.
now.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's just all
it's just
different.
it's not right. Like
It's like when we try and do the thing like comparing like LeBron to like Kareem or something, and it's like they can't be compared because they played 40 years apart, and
Right.
the game's different. Just like they didn't have, I don't know, you can't compare a movie made yesterday to something made in the 60s. They just can't do it.
I just think
I
it's
don't know.
all subjective. Like everybody has their own opinion about what's good.
No.
When was the best time to watch? Best time for film. It's just dumb.
I'm gonna say
now it is.
that
I'll be fair. It is Quentin Tarantino. He probably has more say than I
right.
do.
I'm right.
But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I don't
Mom?
know.
I just disagree.
I'm gonna probably say that the silent film era was probably the worst time for
Ooh.
That's
movies.
boring.
Yeah, it's like learn how to use like fucking microphones. You dumb fucks. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Jeez, freaking 19. It's the early 1900s. Bullshit. Microphones are around. You can
Let's
figure
put
this shit
piano
out.
music in the background and then
freaking
put words and
fired
make me
up
read.
today.
If I want to read, I'll pick up a book.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I'm
really-
not looking
it's really
to read,
escalated.
like, movies.
Well, Quentin Tarantino needs to think through his hot takes a little more.
This is what I'm saying, man. I have no respect for anything that came before me. Anyways,
I think we can all agree we don't have any respect for Quentin Tarantino or anything he does.
Hard no on that too.
Kay in the chat
Just
saying
a lot of hot
Kenny's,
takes.
Kay's in the chat saying Kenny's gonna get canceled by artsy film buffs.
He might.
I am an artsy
Ooh.
film buff though.
The Apple Boys are gonna cancel us.
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Oh yeah,
Unfollow me?
they'll cancel us and then they'll just invite me on for another film discussion.
Oh, burn. I
Got
feel
him.
Got
that
him.
we need to give the Apple Boys a special little call out though, because they roasted our ass on Twitter last week with
Yeah, it was pretty
the all
funny.
impersonation thing.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
was
good.
legitimately confused. So if you don't know,
Wait,
they
I must have missed that.
changed their profile picture and handle to CineBoiz and were tweeting things out that we wouldn't normally tweet out. And like
Tree
what
of
was one
Life
of
is a
them?
great movie.
Yes, precisely that.
Ugh.
And I was legitimately taken aback for 5 minutes until I realized what was going on. So shout out the Apple Boys. For
It truly confused me
old
as well, and I run the Twitter handle. I was like,
Yeah,
"What
Kenny
is
was like,
happening?
"Who's
I'm not
tweeting
tweeting
these
this,"
things?
and then I realized it wasn't us. It wasn't our
Yeah.
Twitter. So thanks a
Amazing.
lot, Elon Musk. So be sure to check out Quentin Tarantino's 8-part miniseries, whatever and whenever that is. Moving on, we got the trailer for Will Smith's new movie, Emancipation, and I know that Kevin in particular is very excited for this one.
I can't say I am because I don't have Apple TV. So probably won't see it for a while.
I have Apple TV. I'll
Oh,
probably check it out.
brag.
Okay,
What are
maybe
you,
I'll watch
rich?
it at Tom. I'll watch it at Tom's house with
Yeah.
Tom.
Come on over.
I will say that the trailer kind of looked like a lot of other movies of this ilk.
For sure.
So it doesn't look like anything new. Not to say that it won't be good or Will Smith's performance won't be awesome. It just doesn't look like it's going to blow anybody out of the water. I'm sure it will be gut wrenching at times, and super horrible and whatever. I wonder. Well, he won't get nominated. They won't allow that.
That is
But
the
say
question
he-
I was going to
Say
ask.
he
you
gives this
guys.
crazy performance. Like, what are the chances?
Let's
It
hope
looks
for
good. So I'll say that.
Yeah,
it looks
it
really
It does
good.
look
Absolutely
good.
does.
It does look good. I don't know if it's one of those that I probably will. I'm not going to leap to see immediately, but I'll probably see it eventually.
I think even if it's an amazing movie and Will Smith is the best performance of his career, I don't
he's
think
not.
he'll get nominated
No.
for an Oscar. But
When-
if he did, though,
yeah.
That'd be
Do
crazy.
it. Do
Well,
it.
he wouldn't be
do it.
allowed to show up.
yeah, isn't that the best though? Like,
That's why I
yeah,
That'd be
want it.
awesome.
he can't come, but we might give you another Academy Award.
There's no way. No way.
Let's mark those
mean-
words.
You say that, but Roman Polanski got nominated.
Yeah, but this is Hollywood, and they don't have the best track record of showing a good moral compass of what's right and wrong here. So they're going to be outraged by this and other things. They're going to be like, yeah, but he's a white guy, and it's cool.
That's a good point.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. Who knows? Hollywood has a very, let's just say, loose
Shady.
interpretation of the rules and who gets canceled and who
Inconsistent
doesn't.
record.
Yeah. I did just watch She Said yesterday, and this is all
Oh.
coming.
Ooh,
It
Is it
was solid. Here's my take about She Said. Carrie Mulligan is so underrated in Hollywood. It's crazy.
she's fantastic.
She's in tons of movies, and she plays a lot of kind of same type of character, complex female characters. But she doesn't get nearly enough love, and I say that knowing that she was nominated for a couple Oscars and whatever. But still, how can you be underrated and have multiple Oscar nominations? I don't know, but Carey Mulligan finds a way to do it, and I need justice for Carey. She needs to be a bigger deal.
I agree with you, 100%.
Great.
She was the best part of the movie by far.
Kevin, I'm going to go on a limb and say that might be your best take ever.
I think so too. I think all my takes are the best take up until that point.
And then you rethink it.
And then I'm going to have a new, better take in about 5 minutes.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know what that is yet. I don't really think about my takes. They just kind of come out.
Spout them.
But this one I actually did think about for like 24 hours.
There you go.
And I will say, she said, if I think on Letterboxd, I gave it 3.5 out of 5. And I think sans Carey, it probably would have been a 3 out of 5. So she added a whole half star. Because they had to do the weird thing where they just kind of like alluded to Harvey Weinstein and they never showed like a face or anything. And like they had to allude to Gwyneth Paltrow and not do. So that was kind of weird. And it was all very polished. You know, in real life, it didn't go down this nicely.
Smoothly.
But it was a solid one of those journalistic investigative films, which I love. I love things like Spotlight. I love the Tom Hanks Meryl Streep one from a few years back, and I'm blanking on the name.
The Post.
They're always solid. They're always going to be a 3 to 4 out of 5 stars. Never. They've got a high floor, low ceiling, in my opinion, and this is one of those. So if you're looking for a solid 2 hours of Carey Mulligan and I'm blanking on the other actress's name. Zoe something. Solid performances by both.
Kasdan.
Trav says, off to a Wakanda, the menu double header. Have a good one, boys. Well, Trav, have a good time. Both pretty solid movies. Also, we'll have reviews for both of those on corkbats.com when the website is back up. So have a good day. Thanks for hopping in and giving us the old Prime subscription. Much respect. Well, yeah, I mean, speaking of winning awards, Academy Awards, Golden Globes.
We didn't actually really talk about your question. I kind of just took that over.
What if Will Smith gets nominated?
Do it, you cowards.
Say it.
Okay, there we go.
Say it.
Yeah.
What's your thought?
My thought is,
I think it'd be hilarious.
Okay.
This is why you come to this podcast.
This is why you come to this podcast.
The Academy Awards gets in the way of themselves so much because, like, the best thing they could do is nominate him. Think of all the people who will tune in because of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
just
good
to see
point.
if Will Smith wins. Like, he doesn't have to win, but just to nominate him.
Well, the problem is that
the
Academy members are all a bunch of old white guys with sticks up their butts.
Right. No, they don't think about this kind of things. They're the same people who redesign sports uniforms.
They let Green Book win Best Picture. That's all I'll say.
Speaking of old white Hollywood people with sticks up their butts, let's talk about the Hollywood Foreign Press.
Nice.
The guys who put together the Golden Globes.
Hey, remember last year when more people watched the Tommies than the Golden Globes?
That is true. Confirmed. The Tommy Awards by the CineBoiz was on the same night as the Golden Globes, and more people, and that's a fact. Like, it's not even debatable. More people tuned into the Tommy Awards.
Televising it this year, at least?
They are televising this year. It will be back on NBC, but we know one person won't be there. His name is Brendan Fraser. So essentially, Brendan Fraser came out this week and said, it's because of the history that I have with them, and my mother didn't raise a hypocrite. You can call me a lot of things, but not that. He will not be attending the Golden Globe Awards.
I hope he freaking wins it.
I say good on him.
Yeah. Well, if you know the background of Brendan Fraser in the Hollywood Foreign Press, apparently he was sexually assaulted by the head of the Hollywood Foreign Press.
Is he still the head of the Hollywood Foreign Press?
I don't know. I would like to hope not, but I'm not sure. I don't know this gentleman's name. All I know is that Brendan Fraser said, "Fuck you," and he's not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Hollywood Foreign Press really never apologized to him. So
does the Hollywood Foreign Press ever apologize for anything?
No.
No.
They didn't even punish the guy. They were like, "Hey, keep going.
You stop that.
Keep doing you."
Do
Yep.
Here's a question for you guys.
Good stuff.
Here's a real question: should we turn down our invitation to the Golden Globes as well?
Hell yeah.
I think as being a part of Corked Bats and such Brendan Fraser stands, it's only right that we have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
We stand with Brennan.
Well, I will say this, just if you're wondering, the Tommy Awards will be back. It will be the same night as the Golden Globes. And December is really our push for Tommy Awards. So once we get it past Thanksgiving and we come back from our vacations, we're going to start pushing those awards. So be on the lookout for that. Tommy Awards.
I'm thinking about getting a physical Tommy Award made this year.
What movie that no one watches do we think is going to win everything this year?
The Tommy or the Golden Globe?
The Tommy.
The Tommy Award.
Because The Last Duel
Can't
just
even think of-
wiped
Last
clean
Duel
last
ran
year.
away with
Yeah,
it.
But
with
arguably
fan
one of the
voting.
best 3 movies of the year last year. So
It was
funny, yeah.
so good.
that no one saw.
It was the better Ridley Scott by a mile.
We tapped
yeah,
in.
I
we
would
tapped
love
into
that
some
movie.
sort of Jodie Comer, niche in the internet, and
Love me some
all
Jodie
the
Comer.
stands came out and started voting for
Deserved it.
Jodie and
She
Last
deserved
Duel and all that. So I'm hoping
was
that
so
this year
good.
with voting we get kind of the same thing. I just don't know what it's going to be for.
Do you guys? I don't know why I'm thinking about that movie again. Do you guys remember the movie Vantage Point with?
Yes.
Yes.
Matthew
Bad
Fox.
movie.
Yeah, with Matthew Fox. That
Dennis
When
Quaid.
he was a thing.
the guy
Yeah.
from Lost.
William
Uh-oh.
Hurt,
Yeah, bad movie.
Forrest Whitaker.
terrible movie.
It basically that's what this Ridley Scott movie was, but just way better because it just told the
Yeah,
same
but
story
there were
from a bunch
only
of-
3 vantage points, not 12.
You're not wrong.
Vantage
He
Point was
took
terrible.
he took the original idea of Vantage Point and was like, hey, what if we made this a little bit better? And he did.
I like the idea, but let's make it better and cooler.
I got Vantage Point on DVD in like 2004 for Christmas.
I remember seeing
Thereabouts.
Vantage Point in the theater.
2006.
I saw it
don't
in the
know.
theater.
I saw it in the theater also, and then I guess my mom was like, I bet he loved that. Let's get him it for Christmas.
Well, let's be
on DVD."
honest. Like high school Kev probably did.
Oh yeah, I think I did enjoy it at the time.
I think I need to find it, but I think I still have the DVD case somewhere in its cellophane plastic wrap. It's never been opened.
My mom in
Never
the
seen it
chat
a
says,
second time.
weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Ooh, I need to see that.
Thank you.
How?
I think
That
she's
is
saying
a-
that's going to be the weird one that wins
Oh,
everything.
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We'll see.
I could see that happening.
We'll see if it gets nominated.
Tap
We'll
into
see. Yeah,
some
it may
like
not even get nominated, so don't get your hopes up. But nominations.
very
and voting will
rigorous
start
process.
it
December.
is a
the
rigorous
nominations.
process. You know what our nomination process should be this year? It should be each of us gets to nominate one movie for a category, and that's how we nominate them.
I
Oh.
agree. I think
I'm
that's
in.
great.
Just all pick
and we
one.
can't
So
have
we could have
duplicates.
some, no duplicates. Maybe it's like a draft. So maybe we do that for a show. Each
Yeah.
we go category by category.
That's
we all draft a movie.
perfect.
I
We
love
do
it.
I don't
a
wanna brag,
nomination
but-
draft.
My middle name is Content. with a
That's,
C.
I mean, that's your best take you've had yet today.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Thank
You've
you.
just topped your last best take. All right, we'll circle back to that. Last thing on the old news
That's
docket.
what we call a callback.
Yeah. Last thing on the old news docket for today. Chris Hemsworth. Turns out he is predisposed to Alzheimer's and is going to take a break from acting.
Real bummer.
So, me and Tom were actually talking about this before we came on, and I don't think this is going to be a very popular take. In fact, it might be my most offensive take I've ever made.
Oh boy.
So I hope you're ready for it. He doesn't have Alzheimer's. He's just
No, he
predisposed and has a chance of getting it in the future.
That's correct.
And he's taking time off because he might get Alzheimer's in the future.
I don't know if that's precisely why he's taking time off.
But that's what he said he's taking time off for. He's devastated by this diagnosis that isn't actually a diagnosis.
Okay. Let's take a step back here, though. I tell you today that you are predisposed
Predisposed.
to Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it's not a diagnosis, but it's saying potentially you could have. He needs a reset. He needs to take a step back for a minute. He's
Okay,
gonna come
maybe
back.
I'm being a little insensitive. I will admit that. And of course, Chris Hemsworth, big fan of the show. Friend of the show, friend of the podcast, Chris Hemsworth. But like,
Not anymore.
I think it's probably one of those things where he's thinking like, I've made more money than God. What's important to me right now with this new diagnosis?
sure,
Maybe I'll hang out with my family for a while.
sure. And who am I to say like, what is devastating or not devastating? Maybe he's devastated, and that sucks. And I feel bad for him if that's the case. At the same time,
There are some people that would say I may not have tons of time left to do this, and let's do as much acting as I can. Just depends on your point of view.
I guess.
Let's also look at it from this standpoint.
Mob's going to come in with some real hardcore logic here, and I'm pretty excited.
And I love Chris Hemsworth, but what are we gonna be missing?
This is a problem.
Well, that was the other thing I was telling Tom before we started was like, I feel like he probably already had a break planned.
Yeah.
And then the publicist was like, hey, let's just put this narrative out there.
But what are we going to be missing? Like, he's Thor, and the last Thor movie was fine, and we don't know when the next one's coming out. But other than Thor, like, I liked him in Rush, but
He's very good in Rush.
Chris Pine's the best Chris actor. So,
wow, that is a take.
Is it of the Evans, Pine, Pratt, Hemsworth,
Maloney?
Yeah.
Maloney.
No, we're talking about the four Chris's from like a few
Chris's.
years ago. It was Pine.
If you don't
Maloney.
okay, look, if you're not
Evans.
if the world is not throwing in Chris Maloney into the Chris conversation, then
no, we can't open the floodgates to all Chris's. That's pandemonium.
it's not
it was
just
before.
any Chris, Kevin. It's Christopher Maloney, from Law and Order SVU
Shut up,
/ Law
from
and
Wet
Order
Hot.
Organized Crime.
Yeah, that's what I know him from.
/ Wet Hot American Summer.
I saw Don't Worry, Darling, and Chris Pine was by far the best part of that movie.
Yeah, he was.
And everything, and Florence was great too, but otherwise,
Florence was weighed down
Nobody
by
was
Harry
bad.
Styles a little bit.
I didn't think Harry Styles was that bad.
he wasn't. He had one scene that reminded me of the Babe scene from Hot Rod.
Yes, I will agree
And
with that.
I laughed at that
I
part.
laughed at it too.
It was not that was it. That was it. He wasn't bad. It's just the plot had so many holes, and
So
Olivia Wilde really oversold the story.
part of Harry Styles too is he's so famous for being something else. I'm not sold on him as my brain can't get behind him acting yet. If he does a couple more movies, I'll get there. But right now I see him on screen and I just think, you're a singer.
Kay
You like to sing
says,
song.
I love Evans. Pratt is the worst. My order is Evans, Pine, Hemsworth, ... Pratt.
I think that's where the world is, Jeff.
I used to be big on Pratt, but he's
me
just
too.
done some things recently.
He's fallen
that-
fallen way off.
Kind of weird, man. Just
He is weird.
be
What's
old,
he-
Be old, Chris
he's-
Pratt.
He's getting a big role here soon, right?
Mario.
Mario, Garfield,
Mario, duh.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mario. That
he's
was my favorite thing to happen this year. The Mario.
he's in the
trailer.
realm of making movies that my parents and in-laws like.
Yep.
Well, and he has said on the record before that he just wants to amass money so he can retire young and hang out with his family, which I respect. But that's going to come with making big money, weird movies like Mario.
And just taking money
taking
from Jeff
taking
Bezos.
the check. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he's
Yeah.
doing right now is
Yep.
Jeff Bezos is giving him money,
I'd do it.
and he's throwing stuff up on Prime and saying, "Cool."
Yeah.
I feel like he's just living out the Andy Dwyer, Burt Macklin dream. Like that's all this is. Like
I
the movies,
like to think Andy
the movies
Dwyer,
and shows he's been making are just they're Burt Macklin.
I don't follow, but
I don't either.
What?
but I respect
Like-
your take.
Like he's living out like that secret agent life.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
oh.
Okay, I get it
He
now.
definitely
What he's
did
doing.
that with the Prime series. Like
Yeah.
he just wants to be a U.S. soldier for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they are.
I do like when because actors go through that phase where they just get stuck doing action movies because they're like, these are sick and fun to make, and all I want to do is action movies. Did Kenny freeze?
No, I'm
No,
here. I'm listening.
Just staring
He's
blankly,
just
Yeah.
unmoving.
He's not
Well,
engaged.
my mom in the
That
chat
was awesome.
says my mom in the chat says I still like Pratt, but not really for his acting. And it's like, well, most people don't like Pratt for the opposite reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we all have takes.
He's a nice guy.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. The whole thing with his, people weren't on his side in the divorce and all that, and I don't really know about all that, but
Yeah.
I miss the old Chris Pratt
Goofy.
of
Yeah.
circa 2012-ish. You know,
Anyways,
what was the topic we started with?
it was the Chris Hemsworth Alzheimer's
Ah.
not diagnosis that I
Yeah,
offended the
I-
world on.
If I had to guess, I doubt he'll be away for too long.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's in the new. He's going to be in the Mad Max prequel movie. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for all the headlines we got this week. Tom, do you got any movie anniversaries for us?
Yeah, just gonna give you the ones I was gonna give you last week before I had to abruptly.
We gave our own last week.
Oh.
I wonder if they met. Well, we just guessed. We don't know
Right.
if they were right.
All right.
We
So
got
did
one
you-
right.
We got one right. It
We
was
did get one.
what was
Flubber.
it?
We nailed
Flubber.
Flubber.
Oh, Flubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
cool.
say
That's
nailed
cool.
flubber. I don't like that.
No, we nailed it.
Nailed him.
Nailed it.
Anyway, happy 5-year anniversary to Justice League.
Yuck.
Cool.
Yeah. Happy.
Every time we have a reaction like that to one of Tom's anniversaries, I just think back to what Drew said about our podcast. And he loves the anniversaries portion because most of it is just Tom saying a movie and us all going, ugh, terrible, gross.
It's my favorite part.
Crash. Happy
True.
10-year anniversary to Lincoln and the
Ooh.
Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Very different movies.
Yeah.
But kind of the same.
But very
Equally
excellent.
awesome, though.
Yes.
I think we can agree.
And then happy 25-year anniversary to Starship Troopers.
Congratulations, Starship Troopers. You made it half or a quarter of a century.
Yep.
I have a question for the panel.
Okay.
Who here has seen Lincoln more than once? Did anybody see it in theaters and then ever watch it again?
I did not see it in theaters,
I
and I
didn't see
only
it in
watched it
theaters.
once.
Here's
See,
a question for the panel.
Yeah.
How many people have seen The Irishman more than once?
Ooh, definitely not me. Mob's never seen it one time.
I've seen it.
Oh, I thought you
I
didn't.
I will
No.
watch it again.
What's this whole bit
I
about
watched
the
it
Irishman
for
you do
the.
then?
I just want to say I watched it.
I
for
don't
the-
think it's as great as everyone thinks it is.
I watched
Don't
it for
say
the.
more than second time.
I watched it for the
Fourth
fourth
time?
time this week. I love The
I-
Irishman. I think it's
I do
fantastic.
too. I'm gonna go watch.
Do you
it
need
Maybe
help
tonight.
sleeping? Is that why you watch it, or
It's
How
I
a
dare
just
you?
It's a really good movie. Mom.
It was better
It's a
than
good
that,
movie.
Mob.
it's so boring.
Well, Tommy, thank you so much for those movie anniversaries. And that's going to wrap us up for today. So, guys, here's the deal. This episode, audio on YouTube, will be dropping on Monday. Today is the 19th, and we're going to finish this recording up, take a quick break, and then we're going to hop back on Twitch for another fun recording. We're going to do another tier list. And
a
not to
good
give any
one.
spoilers away, but it might be the best tier list anyone has ever done on Twitch. And
I
I'm very
can't
excited.
wait.
So yeah, Kay says the day I moved to Buffalo,
Oh,
what? My roommate had friends over to watch Lincoln and I fell asleep during it. Sorry. Well, that's fair. Also,
it's
better
not
not
action
be
packed.
Buffalo.
Kay better not be a Bills sympathizer.
Are you snowed
That's
in?
all I have to say. Yeah.
Are you buried in the snow, Kay? Got a lot
What's
of
going
snow
on
up
there? That's tough.
Oh, do you not? I don't. Maybe she doesn't live there anymore. I don't know.
She has to
Anyways,
go.
oh, she's in Jersey. That's
Yeah.
right. I was like, that's Buffalo. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Also, if you're listening to this podcast, be sure to rate, review, subscribe to get alerts when our podcasts drop. Also, you can follow us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/CineBoiz. You can even subscribe with a Prime subscription like Travman did, absolutely free, and it gives us a little bit of money. So if you have the ability to do that, why not? And then, of course, you can also join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CineBoiz. Yeah, be sure to check out corkbats.com. Hopefully, it will be back up soon. Guys, you got anything else you need to say?
Nope.
We are thankful for you listeners this week. That's what I got to say.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Happy
we are.
Thanksgiving to one and all.
Okay. Well, guys, adios.
It's